So the question was how are prayers answered? It's my experience that where there's a network of energy, and there's a great um, quote from Yogi Bhajan where he says, God does live through his own beings. And there's many places that this God force is neutral, and it's a neutral force, and out of that force, but it's unborn, unmanifest. There's a place where that's like the black hole, and then Yogi Bhajan said that there's the white hole where that things get kind of sucked out and then they come back in to being. So there's this unmanifest, this completely neutral force. That's the actual God force. And out of that comes the Shakti force. The Shakti force is the creative force. And that creative force is what we use to create our lives. And so it's really, God comes through its own beings. It's just this whole network and of energy, and each being's got its own projection of reality, and that's what you're experiencing. So so it comes through you. It comes through you. So when somebody's sending up a prayer, I believe that when we do this sort of meditation work, the kind of stuff with these kind of kriyas that go into a network, we tune in with a mantra like Om Namo Gurudev Namo. It takes us on, it logs us onto that network where people are in tune with this flow of the Dharma. And I think that people sending up a signal, a prayer, it comes through this network. And I think that's the prayers are answered through the energy. And I'll give you an example. That one time we were doing this healing meditation, the Ramadasa Sase Sohang, this one like this, and I just saw a flash. It was just a quick flash, but I saw a flash of this a woman, a young mother with her 2 children camped out in an underground parking garage. I saw the kid, they're on the thing, they're all kind of scared and miserable. And it was a flash. It was a split-second flash pulsation. And I knew from that data stream that came down, it's like, oh, this woman is praying for her children. And that the prayer is the strongest in the universe. The strongest prayer in the universe is the prayer of the mother for her children. And so we're doing that Ramadasa meditation. So I immediately started sending back up into the network, uploading that the mantra and the healing to go to this woman and her children. And that's happened several times where you see that prayer come in, you get a flash of it and experience it. And do you know what, some of you know how Bitcoin works, most of you don't, but just put it this way, cryptocurrency is completely without need for any kind of bank or third party. It's basically all happens on a computer. I want to send you currency, which is Bitcoin. I want to send it to you. It happens between computers. And how that works is the computers sort of check each other's work. So it's one network. I want to send you Bitcoin, so I send it to your address, and then it goes through a bunch of computers who solve a big math problem, right? And that's how they approve the transaction. So a bunch of transactions get put into a block, just like a stack, like a book, and then that block gets approved by a bunch of computers competing to solve one math problem. And then, boom, that block gets approved. And I think that that's also how prayer works. That's why I think cryptocurrency is, and particularly Bitcoin, is extremely spiritual, decentralized way of connecting digitally to people and transferring currency, which is just energy anyways, right? So I think that that's what I just explained is how the prayer works also. It's sent up, and then on the network, whoever's doing this kind of work of Kundalini yoga and meditation, who's actually basically sending out a prayer or sending out emanating healing vibrational mantras, that gets answered to them. Now, the thing about Bitcoin is that that computer that actually approves the transaction, they get a percentage for approving the transaction, for winning the race to solve the math problem. I think that also happens to us. There's a benefit when we do these healing meditations, and it sort of just like that answers other people's prayers through the healing vibration, because you're uploading the vibration of Ramadasa Sase Sohang, extremely primal healing meditation gets uploaded. And then people whose prayers are coming into the network get answered. And just one other time, I first came across this concept when Hari Jivan talked about it. He said that they were doing the Tantric Healing Circle, which can only be done on the new moon, full moon, 11th day of the moon. And he said that he popped into a space that, where he said, well, at the end, he says you send the healing out to all those known and unknown. And he said that later on he was meditating, and there was this Native American that came to him and basically told him in the meditation that thank you, that his grandson was in a bad way and really addicted and that kind of stuff and needed some help. And that meditation, when he said heal everybody known and unknown that's in need of healing, it went to that person in need of the prayer. And then maybe he was a Native American shaman or something like that. He was able to find Hari Jivan back on the network and thank him. Or maybe it was just his prayer that was so strong that went back and found him. But that's how I first knew that that's how the network of prayer works. And so so believe in it. It's energy. And when you chant mantras and when you do Kundalini yoga, if you do it with the attitude that I'm uploading this energy to the network, I'm healing myself, but I also have extra, and I'm going to upload that to the network to heal other people, then you'll get a percentage of that when that transaction is solved. And Yogi Bhajan actually said that when you pray for somebody else, you get 6% back. I don't know how that math works, but I know from this whole concept and my experience that it does work. So this is a drive time with Jagopal. Satnam. Hope all is well.